can't, in my opinion, fight the same weight for as many years he's been doing. You saw in the Murata fight, you know, it was difficult for him to make that weight. He's going to be bigger and stronger at 68. He's going to be more robust. And Canelo's he's like a Rottweiler. He's got to be a little bit careful. Like he said in the media huddle earlier, you were there, that he's going to go he's going to be ruthless. He's almost going to go without fear, which is like, to do that against a huge puncher like Gennady Golovkin. I mean, listen, for the fans and for us, it's incredible. But it's a very, very dangerous way to fight Gennady Golovkin, although he did it in the second fight. But I just feel like this fight won't go 12 rounds.
You keep saying, and Canelo's also saying, that he hasn't had as much animosity with anybody.
Never seen that.
Well, he was like that with Caleb Plant. There wasn't a lot of animosity.
To be honest with you, I wasn't involved with that fight. One. Number two, that was obviously from the first presser. And after that, it sort of calmed down a little bit. But this is deeper. Like from the first fight, like I said, you don't need Canelo Alvarez to sell pay-per-views. You would never say to Canelo, at the head-to-head, make sure you get up close to him. He's too big a star for that. He's doing it off his own back, and he did it again today. Like there's something inside him for this fight, and he wants Gennady to say what he's been saying to the media. That's why I called those quotes out today. I wanted, because on one hand, Gennady says, I respect him, it's not about that. And on the other hand, you look at what he said, and,
That was the thing, because at the round table, Canelo said it again, but he never actually said, what pissed him off about what Triple G said until I actually asked him.
Yeah.
So, why do you think Triple G wants to say those types of stuff?
I think it's important for Triple G, that face of respect and sportsmanship in the sport, and I don't think he wants to play that game but he said it in the past, but he said it probably out of frustration or after a fight or when he's been provoked. But there was a little bit more from him up there, when he talked about he feels like it's going to be the best Triple G you've ever seen in this fight, and him and Jonathan Banks truly believe they will win this fight. And it's a tough ask, but I think it's going to be a thriller.
Eddie, in regards to people not giving Triple G the credit or whatnot because of the age, how important is it for you as a promoter to kind of guide Triple G for the biggest fight after the Canelo fight at 60 or 68?
Of course, this is the natural fight to make. It's the biggest fight in boxing, and I don't see other fights that motivate either man. For Canelo Alvarez, there's only 2 fights he's interested in. This one and the Bivol rematch. Other than that, do the fights motivate him? They become money fights, and I don't think Canelo Alvarez is in the game for money fights. I think that's why you saw him move up to 75 to fight Bivol. He wants to be challenged, he wants to be tested. So I just feel that these are the kind of fights that excite him. And for Triple G, coming off having to go to Japan after nearly 500 days out of the ring in Murata's backyard and stop him in a performance that some people say, he didn't look that good. Right, for 2 rounds, he looked rusty in that fight, and I think he finds it hard to make 160. He still went through the gears and smashed him to pieces in Tokyo and stopped him to unify the division. So, you're going to see, I think, a strong, robust Gennady Golovkin on September 17th. And I think, I agree, I don't think either fighter will take a step backwards.
And with regard to the standards, right? Everybody kind of criticizes, praises Canelo about his resume competition. What would you say to those that kind of don't give those same criticisms to Triple G and not fighting?
Well, he hasn't been able to land the fights that he wanted, especially over the last 5 years. And when he was calling out all those fights, listen, I turned fights down for some of my fights when he was coming through. Fuck that. We did the Kell Brook fight. Darren Barker went, when he had a shot, he was the most feared fighter, Gennady Golovkin, and it only took really probably the Canelo fight for people to start saying, okay, well, he hit Canelo Alvarez with everything and he couldn't stop him. So, and those guys like Derevenchenko, Murata started stepping up against Triple G because they started to believe that he was beatable. But he's still one of the biggest pound-for-pound punchers in the world. He's got a granite chin, and he's brilliant. He's one of the great fighters of our generation.
In regards to the trilogy, some people would say it's hard to buy into this fight, right? But we look at Wilder and Fury, right? The third one, everybody goes, we're probably going to see the same thing, and it came out to be way better than expected.
But if we see the same thing, we see another fight of the year. Okay. If the first fight was bad or the second fight was bad, then I understand it. The fact is, Canelo Alvarez is coming off a loss. Gennady Golovkin's fighting for his career. First and second fight will fight the year contender. They are both telling you they are going to come on the front foot and go to war on September 17th. You will see the best and the most exciting of the 3 fights so far.
What is the impact of this fight in regard to the zone? Because I know the zone has been
Massive,
for this fight,
massive. Like, you know, still, you know, with the signing of Anthony Joshua to the zone, with Canelo against Triple G for the zone, coming off Canelo Bivol, all these great fights, still people will question the validity or, you know, the success of the zone. The greatest platform in American boxing, the only platform in world boxing. It's a game-changing app. It's a game-changing way to televise the sport, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is the biggest fight in boxing, landing on the platform.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram.